Residential Report Writing and Case Studies, Chapter 7, Narrative Appraisal Reports, page 23, USPAP, FAQ number 238. As we noted on the previous page, USPAP requires an appraiser to analyze current listings of the subject property. Does this mean that an appraiser is not required to analyze listings of the subject property that have expired or been withdrawn? USPAP FAQ number 238 answers this question. 238, obligation to analyze withdrawn or expired listings. Question: I was asked to appraise a single-family residence for refinancing. I'm aware that the property has been previously listed but did not sell. During my data investigation and analysis, I noted that the owner's estimate of value was $375,000. When I looked up the listing history, I found it had been withdrawn from the market at the asking price of $325,000. What are my obligations under USPAP regarding a withdrawn or expired listing of the subject property? Response: Standards Rule 1-5A states, when the value opinion to be developed is market value, an appraiser must, if such information is available to the appraiser in the normal course of business, A. Analyze all agreements for sale, options, or listings of the subject property current as of the effective date of the appraisal. Therefore, there is not a specific requirement in Standards Rule 1-5A to consider and analyze a withdrawn or expired listing of the subject property prior to the date of the appraisal. However, any listing of the subject property prior to the effective date of the appraisal might be significant in that it indicates the property's previous ability in the market. And the market's reaction to the availability. Likewise, agreements of sale and options are generally significant to the appraisal problem in that they involve a meeting of the minds related to the property's value between a potential buyer and the seller. In the development of an appraisal, an appraiser is required under Standards Rule 1-B to not commit a substantial error of omission or commission that significantly affects an appraisal. If information about a withdrawn or expired listing is known by the appraiser and that information is relevant to the appraisal problem, it must be considered. Simply put, if the information is relevant to the current appraisal, it must be considered. It would not be appropriate for an appraiser to ignore an expired or withdrawn listing of the subject's property if it is relevant to the appraisal problem. And the Appraisal Foundation Uniform Standards Abbreviation 2020-21. End of page.